Hello and a big warm welcome to the IAB Now Digital Summit. I'm Guy Phillipson, the Chief Executive of the IAB in the UK, where online is now a quarter of all media expenditure. And we've put together this short video to talk about the success story of the UK online, and I hope you enjoy it.
Have a butcher's at this.
I believe that Gordon Brown is a second-rate country, and nothing else matters.
Have you ever been tempted to try on a pair of leather trousers in order to feel young? If the answer is yes, then maybe you need to visit the Midlife Crisis Retreat.
Typical. You filthy, filthy little weasel! I'll show you to bring pot noodling.
Brazilian flip-flops.
The first broadband connection in the UK was back in March 2000, 10 years ago. And now, 40 million UK citizens are online, and 93% of them are on broadband. And in 10 years, UK online ad spend has grown to £3.5 billion. That's an increase of 2,200% in 10 years. 10 years ago, the internet was mainly used for email and info gathering, but now online commands over a quarter of our media attention, and with social, video, games and so on, it's become a primary entertainment channel. So in the UK, £1 in every £4 of total ad spend goes online. And we think there are 5 key success factors for this. In 2009, 3.5 billion was spent online, but we think about 90% of that was actually linked to direct response campaigns of some kind. You see, it's simple to measure ad exposures, how many click-throughs, or how many actions, or how many e-commerce purchases, whether it's search, classified, targeted display, affiliate programs. The return on investment is completely transparent. Now, the internet, you could say, is quite simply the best direct response machine ever invented. And finance directors absolutely love it.
If you look back 5 years or so, the highest spending categories were finance, telecoms, travel, technology, automotive and entertainment. And all of these channels were using online for sales, but also as an advertising channel. And if by 2007 marketeers in these categories weren't using online, then they were certainly losing ground to a competitor who was.
The interesting thing about the agency infrastructure over the last 10 years is back in 2000, there really were very few companies around doing digital. I guess the obvious one from a media perspective was iLevel, who were one of the first to be a dedicated digital media agency, and their strength of character back then allowed them to really kind of seize the main part of the digital media spend back then, and the proof of how good they were was the fact that they won Digital Agency of the Year several years on the trot. Of course, when media is talked about in a digital sense, so the creative product started to follow. And agencies such as Dare and Glue and Wheel and AKQA were one of the trailblazers in terms of delivering creative product. The creative work that has occurred over those 10 years. So if you go back 10 years ago, it was actually pre-video. So nearly all animations were done in Flash, and they were quite basic. The stories were interesting, but they were often delivered through standard banners. Of course, over time, with the advent of Flash and the ability of broadband to deliver high-quality video, we're now seeing today much more video-based creative work.
5 years ago, we were just getting used to the possibilities within MySpace and the power of blogs, and now there's 25 million UK citizens on Facebook alone. According to UCOM, a staggering 23% of UK internet time is spent on social networks and blogs. 70% of bloggers are talking about brands organically on their own blogs, whilst 38% are posting reviews about brands, products or services, which makes this a largely untapped area for marketers.
The internet is a multifaceted medium, whether it's from international events to Ninja Cats. It's as much about video as it is about text, image or audio content, and it's showing in the stats with 5.5 billion video clips being viewed in the UK in a month, up 37% from the year before. For brands, online video is incredibly effective and it's showing in the investment. In 2009, growth in online video ad spend went up by 140%. And best of all with online video is that it transcends all devices, so you can use the same advert across any of them to reach the majority of the population with at least one.
Finally, we're still growing in the UK. Online advertising is forecast to grow still further, powered by social, video, targeted display, and of course search. And a major growth opportunity is in brand advertising, particularly in packaged goods. And now, of course, we have the industry-agreed planning currency. It's called UCOM, UK Online Measurement, so advertisers have constant audience data. It's comparable with TV and press. And of course, the IAB continues to produce groundbreaking research, like the customer conversion journey, to help advertisers understand how their media budgets are working. Above all, we're proud to represent the most advanced online advertising market in the world, and we're not stopping.
The idea is if you can get the most number of people on your guest list.
And then Samba just go like this. It's really, really quick. You know? Perhaps you should visit the midlife crisis retreat. Get this sort of nonsense out of your system and get on with your life.
Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to know more about what's going on in the UK, you can visit www.iabuk.net. Have a great conference.